How's it going, everybody? Episode 38 of Two Guys, One Slot. Hi, I am Corey, the Slot Master. 316 and 1,116 miles away is my old pal, Russ Factor.
Hello.
Hey, bud. How's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing fantastic. We have some big news.
What's that?
As you see right in the middle of that screen, right meow, we have a sponsor. Odds Jam. Use code SLOTMASTER at checkout for 35% off. And you can turn your the best way to describe it is it's a tool to assist you with your sports betting. They have all sorts of stuff. They have arbitrage betting. They have positive EV, which in the betting world, that means expected value. And then with that also, you can, it will put in what your bankroll is, and then it'll spit out what it thinks you should bet. It's all in one tool, and it's oddsjam.com. Use code SLOTMASTER at checkout to get that 35% off. How about that?
Nice.
We're fish. We're official. We got a sponsor.
Yeah, I'm glad. And it's a relevant sponsor.
It is. It very much so is. The cool thing about it is I've tested it for the last probably 2.5 weeks, because they reached out to us via the Roulette Master and kind of hooked us up with it. I've been using it for the last 2 weeks, and it actually is really cool. Nice. I put in like $500 as my bankroll, and it told me exactly how much to bet per deal, and I'm up. And I'm not a very good sports bettor to be. I normally just steal Flaming Goat Lips' bets or my little brother's bets.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting into it too, but all I'm going to do is that too.
Well, I'll help you out. This will be good. There you go. Oddsjam.com, code SLOTMASTER at checkout to receive 35% off. It is, like I say, I only use stuff or talk about stuff that we use. Yeah. And I used it the last 2 weeks to check it out to see. There's some settings on there that are pretty expensive. If you want to do like the live betting and stuff, it's pretty expensive. So it kind of depends on what type of bankroll that you do have and what you want to hit up for.
You can bet on everything on here too. You can bet on table tennis.
Yes, and it will tell you the odds of Russian table tennis if you need that. And it'll tell you what percentage of your bankroll to bet. You can just put it in.
There you go.
And it does it all for you.
I'm going all in on table tennis, boys.
And it tracks it for you. So if sports gambling is legal in your state, pick it up, because it is a really fun tool to use. And they just updated it in the last 2 weeks that I've been using it to where you can click just one button and it loads the bet up for you. So you don't have to you don't have to go find that Russian table tennis player. You don't have to go find that Swiss or Swedish hockey player who's going to get assists. And it ranks it by the percent of what it thinks it's going to do. And then you can have it, again, the recommended bet size, and you click and it enters everything in there for you once you connect your sports books. It's actually really cool.
It doesn't look like there's any available, but I also see you can bet on politics on there.
Oh, you can. You can bet.
This thing is crazy. I was just looking through here because they're a brand new sponsor, and I've been looking through it for the past few minutes, and this is cool. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do on here. So
it's cool. Just check it out, oddsjam.com, if you're in the sports betting. Check it out. Code SLOTMASTER at the end. Anyway, on to the program. We had last week, we had VegasPaulyC on the show. We got some really good feedback from all of you. Thank all of you for listening, downloading the podcast, giving feedback to the podcast, hitting that thumbs up wherever you listen. Our audience really grew last week on the heels of VegasPaulyC's podcast, and he was doing some lives throughout the next day and that evening after, and gave us a couple good shout outs. And hopefully you guys are following him and having some good times.
What was funny is we found out that his girlfriend Mahi used to watch you and Bubba on TikTok back in the casino days.
She said that. because she was in town. The Pocahontas was in town. The cootie. She's real cute. She's real cute. She was in town and she was like, "Hey, wait, I recognize your name. Oh, Paul was on your guys' podcast." She's like, "You're not going to believe this, but," and then she went in, she goes, "I used to watch you and Bubba all the time on TikTok." And then she like turned around and she goes, "Paul, that's Slot Master that you were on." He's like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, they're great. Yeah." I do remember her once I saw her from the TikTok days. She used to be in there all the time.
That's crazy. That is crazy. So yeah, I was like, oh, that's good for us to have him back. I think he liked us anyways, and he said he'd come back. So
yeah.
But once we found out Mahi was a fan of the old streams, I was like, oh, dude, we'll hit him up. He'll come on.
Totally in. Appreciate you wherever you're watching. YouTube,
TikTok.
Wherever you might be. If you've got a question or a comment, hit us up in there. I was trying to think of the other issue that VegasPaulyC. He was a very trusting individual, and he kind of the last couple days it was sad. VegasPaulyC.
Yeah, and we were leading up to what unfolded. Actually, he was starting to tell us how the week was gonna start, and we watched that. Yeah,
he was in a short story. He trusted a guy who actually didn't get fired from Fontainebleau, and it came back to burn him a little bit. So he did a very sad video in front of the Fontainebleau apologizing.
And then a fan came up in the middle of the video.
Hey, what's going on?
That was the best. I love that. But no, he had to do what he said he was going to do, which was get out there and just apologize. Say he was sorry.
And he did it.
Yep.
He did it. I think that, it is an actual sponsor, oddsjam.com. Everybody's like, really? What's up, Sox? What's up, FGL, LFG, Amy Cook? Thank you. Tomorrow we are heading to Vegas for the extravaganza. Can't wait. It'll be fun seeing you two Friday.
Oh,
we had one heck of a time the last couple nights with Bubba's Picks 316. Make sure to follow him on the YouTube.
Yeah, you guys went out for his birthday twice. Really? On his actual birthday, or no, on the day before, a couple days before, and then on his birthday. It was awesome.
It was cool. It was good to be back. He's been so busy and just hadn't really had any time to go to the casino with everything he's got going on. It was good to see him. I think it was Saturday we went, and then we went again was it last night?
Yeah, last night. Yeah.
12/12. This is Bubba's birthday. And the casino actually was pretty nice. We both left with some good money. We hit some good bonuses. He played some Magic Pearl and he was betting some $25 bets, which he was wanting to have. It was or wanting to get a bonus, obviously. It came pretty close. Yeah. Very soon we'll get one of those big bonuses on that 25. Becky, what's up? I think it was it was good to have him back, and everybody was so very supportive in there and giving all types of gifts to Bubba on his birthday. Super sad, of course, that he's not going to be able to go to Vegas with us. So it sucks. He couldn't find babysitters and stuff and dog sitters and stuff like that. So just didn't work out this time. Next time, hopefully he'll be along for the ride. Right?
I think that's right.
My dog's going crazy upstairs. Speaking of kind of circling back to VegasPaulyC, he had to do an apology to the Fontainebleau, and they are opened. Their official day of opening was today.
Yeah,
right?
They started running ads hard in browsers and everything the last week, actually, leading right up to it. But yeah, I believe today was opening day.
It's called the Fontainebleau. It's the sister property, I think, is the best way to describe it, from Miami Beach. they'd have just a hotel. They don't have a casino down there, but it's kind of the old school vibe down in Miami. And I was watching. I'm not sure why I keep going back to VegasPaulyC, but he was broke the financials down at what he does best. Did you see that video of how he broke this down?
I was watching that the other day, yesterday.
They're saying that he thinks they're going to need to make $4 million a day to break basically even, is the way that he was discussing that. So, man, oh man, that's a lot of money that they're going to have to make a day in order to break even. Their slots are going to be puckered up.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to get down there to check it out on my February trip, but I'll get down there some point in the next year or so and step inside and see what it's all about.
My wife wants to go down there and check it out. We've got a little bit of a Wichita connection there. There's a store opening up in the retail that is from Wichita, so we're going to go check that out. And some folks, Coco Doce, you remember them from Wichita? They opened up a shop. It's really, really cool. It's chocolates and all types of stuff. It's fairly new. Well, not fairly new to Wichita, but and some other connections. Some friends are involved in that. So that construction, I believe it originally began in 2007. Yeah. And that's kind of when the huge 2007 and 8 recession hit.
And it stopped quick for many years.
Yeah, the banks said, no, sir. I mean, millionaires couldn't even get loans, obviously, because the banks were like, nope, we're gonna check this out. So the banks pulled out of the project. I think it was in 2007, and then it kind of switched ownership back and forth for a while, and then a group ended up buying it and own it now. And I think it's been under construction, the modern construction, for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Well, yeah, because I mean, it started. They did a little construction on it. Around when it passed hands in the early teens.
Yeah, maybe 2016 or 17. Yeah. I think so. It basically sat empty for a very long time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think that I mean the Fontainebleau has been around. Like the brand name has been around, 70 or 80 years, and down in Miami. So it just kind of, I don't know how it kind of circled around. It's just the people that are involved with Fontainebleau took it over. So it's just, had all types of issues getting open. I think it's to say the least. But I think everybody's really, really pumped up to officially have that and the ribbon cutting ceremony underway. Having a huge party Friday and Saturday is my understanding. And I believe that construction started over. I just did a quick Google search in 2019. So there was it was a Marriott International, and I even think that somebody else took it over from that. It's kind of changed hands quite a bit. So that'll be cool to see.
The rooms look absolutely stunning, man.
I know.
Yeah.
3,900 of them, by the way. I think the whole project cost $3 billion to build. I think that was what it was really originally projected. So it basically, the project sat empty for 10 years, maybe. Yeah. So 2009 to 2018 or 19, it stopped. I think the majority of the shell was started and constructed. So I don't know how they did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, did they go back in there? I'm sure codes and everything changed in that 10 years.
Like, I have no clue how construction works. Like when projects go abandoned, but like there's a structure there and then it gets abandoned and then they build on. Because I'm like, doesn't the weather affect any? I don't know how it works, but they just somehow keep going.
Because that weather really has an effect on things.
I watched a house get built next to my house for like, oh my God, it got abandoned for a little while too, but over the period of a year. And boy, it was the amount that house sold for and how cheaply I saw it was put together. But it rained and it stormed, and then they just came back, and the next day everything was covered, and like they were onto the next part. And I'm like, okay.
Right. So imagine 10 years or 8 years or whatever what they had to go in and do. There was an apartment complex right down the street from where we're at that started 2 years ago, and a year ago it stopped. The construction guys ran out of money, and they probably spent 1.5 million dollars on it, but they put the roofs on, but they didn't get to the windows, and they're probably just going to have to bulldoze the entire thing.
Oh my God.
Okay. Here's some information. Tonight is the grand opening, big party. Justin Timberlake and all the peeps will be there allegedly. And I guess it doesn't open to the public till Friday, but I don't think that's the case, because I saw, what's her name that VegasPaulyC talks about, not the dinosaur, but the other girl was talking about how it was closed until like 4 o'clock today to the public. They had a VIP or some sort of, you had to have passes or whatever to get in to that. So I don't know. I think this article says it's open. They did the stuff, and it's going. So I'm anxious to kind of see that and see. It's down by Resorts World. Way down on the end of the strip by the Stratosphere as well. So, there's really
Center Strip is where I'm at anytime I go to Vegas. Like, and I stay on the Strip. Usually, that's where I always stay. But like, I never go, of course, down across the street to all the old places like Luxor and all that. And I never make it past like Plaza. Like, we go to the Wynn, but we Ubered there. But
yeah, it's kind of, they're trying to make it as easy as possible to kind of get down there. And it's weird how this sounds, but that tram or whatever, that monorail is almost out of date because it doesn't go far enough down there.
Yeah, it just
anymore.
stops.
It stops.
It stops. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is there another littler one on the other side with Luxor and all that shit?
I don't think so, because Luxor is all the way on the other side.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was any sort of
Rio
train or something that took people around to those hotels over there. But I can't remember, because last time I stayed there, it was my first trip to Vegas ever in like 2008.
Right.
So
back when it was actually probably a pretty decent, man. I remember going to the Rio, and back in the day, that Club Voodoo that was way up top, that was one of the coolest clubs I've ever been to. It's like the very top of the whole thing, and it's weird that thing is just turned into what it is now. It's kind of sad to see what that whole thing was, but it was weird. You see some of those videos, and everybody's all talking smack about it. Yeah, but so the Stratosphere is way on the north side. Mm-hmm. Of there, and then the Fontainebleau's on the opposite side of the street, but I think it's on the opposite. Yeah, because and then there's it goes like Circus and Resorts World and Encore and Treasure Island and that there. So, and then like you were saying, it goes all the way down is like MGM and Park MGM is kind of the end. Was what I would say. I guess Mandalay Bay is probably the end. And then right up the street, kind of on that across the highway, I guess, is the Palms and Rio and that situation. So
yeah,
I don't think there's a monorail or anything like that on that side of the street. I don't think so. But I just remember, back in the day that like the MGM that I just always used to think that the Rio was so far away and the Palms was so far away. I'll never forget when we were at the Palms, because like I say, the Palms in Rio used to be like the place to be. It was kind of off the strip, but it was on the strip, if that makes sense. And we went to, I can't remember the name of the club that they had. I wasn't like a big club guy, but they used to have this one, and it somehow it had to do with like lingerie or something. I can't remember, but we saw Pamela Anderson in some very scantily clad, and she was with Kid Rock. Does that make sense? Did her and Kid Rock ever date?
I don't know. Did they?
They were together. And we saw them walking down the elevator, or they were in the elevator and they walked right by us.
Yeah, they married in 2006, only to divorce just a few months later.
Okay, so that probably, I mean, that checks out. It was
Yeah.
about 4 or 5 when we were out there, so that's probably when they were dating. It was trashy something, maybe trashy lingerie. I can't remember. I'm not very good at. Yeah, everybody saw her get railed on her honeymoon on the boat when Tommy Lee was using his oar to drive the boat. I mean, things like that can either make or break you, and that kind of made Tommy Lee in a lot of folks' eyes. Then yeah, that's really funny. Somebody in the chat, Murph, said the Tesla tunnel is there. I have not gone down in it to see it. It goes, man, I don't know the name of the company. It's Elon's company, the
boring company. Yes.
Boring company.
They're boring holes into the ground.
They had plans to do a very long hole, I guess, is for lack of a better term there. And I should check it out.
It's a network of holes.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I saw a video and I saw it split off one way. I was like, oh, that's a network.
Okay, was there somebody that was riding in the seat or the passenger seat going, I've lived in Las Vegas.
Yeah, same video. We see the same fucking video.
Okay, yeah, because I saw that and I was like, I think Socks sent me that. And, I watched it and it's interesting. Only Teslas are allowed down there, and I don't know if their autopilot's working on that yet or what, but it's a really cool.
So, like, if you have a Tesla, can you drive down there?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I guess they have some that are underneath the.
Because there's probably a service where, like, you can, this Tesla goes over through there.
It's kind of like the monorail system where you just get in a Tesla and it's kind of like an Uber ride. When you're there, you pay a small fee and you get out at. The Aria and the Wynn, and I think they have like exits there. But it's isn't that weird? How I wonder how deep it is. I need to learn more about this. I should have researched that. But put that in the notes for VegasPaulyC. He needs to research that. I don't have time to research that.
Yeah, get the guys on the street to get the hard hitting scoop.
That would be.
It's more fun than us Googling it.
Yeah, you're right. I don't like to Google. I like to just watch. That's how lazy. The best and the worst thing that has ever happened in our lifetime, I think, is going to go down as the internet. The best is because it's brought the whole world together, and the worst is, I'm the laziest person on earth when it comes to stuff like that. And back when I was in high school, actually college, they didn't even have Google. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
And that just wild stuff.
Yeah. I remember primitive search engines and shit too, because there was search engines before Google.
Which were one was a spider web. What was that one called? Do you remember that one, or is that one even too? I remember busting out on like CompuServe and AOL.
Yeah.
And I just remember they'd go, and then you would go, you've got mail.
You've got mail.
You've got mail.
And the sound of the door opening and shit.
And then when all your friends would show up.
And the door would slam when they'd sign off.
That's so funny. I think that, God, I can't remember what the name of that thing was. It was like an animal, I thought. I thought it was maybe, man, I don't want to even think about anything right now. It had something to do with a spider, and then one was like a rat, not a rat, but a
one was a horse.
Web crawler.
Web crawler.
That's what one of them was.
Yeah.
And then Yahoo Search was what everybody used, and then like
you had old Jeeves,
and then
the one with the dog.
Lycos, God, Ask Jeeves. You remember that? Do you remember that where you used to be able to text when text messaging first came around? You used to be able to text a deal, and I think it was Ask Jeeves, and you could text it, and then somebody would
real people
would look that information up for you and then send it back. That was before that you could like search on the internet. like basically you didn't have internet on your phone. It was just text messaging and that situation. So you'd text Jeeves, and then Jeeves would respond back to you.
Yeah, and they just had a team of people manually finding the information and then regurgitating it through the text message back to you.
Isn't that wild? And they probably just made billions and billions and billions of dollars through that.
Yeah, that was like you can like I can't even fathom that now with the amount of people that are on the internet. Like
when did Google come in the 2000s?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think the email came. Did the?
I don't remember. The one thing I do know is I don't use Bing or anything like Microsoft. Please tell me you don't use Bing.
I don't use Bing.
Any thoughts?
Howdy, partner.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like I'm just kidding, partner.
Oh, I do use Bing. I mean, I don't use it.
Do?
I use its AI because it's easy, and I have a button for it on my computer. I don't use it to search for things. No. I'm just fucking with you. I use its AI though to like this image behind us, the little slot machine up there. That was generated with Bing's AI. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. A little sneak peek.
Speaking of images brought up by AI, can you pull this up? We need to have a way to pull this up. There's this thing. Just search the Wichita Toad, WICH-Toad. So we have this thing in Wichita called the River Fest, and every year they have all these artists describe
Wichita Toad.
They describe the just like whatever's going on, and they have to draw art for the Riverfest button. And this year, the Riverfest Toad that you can see if you're watching us there was an image created by an artist, and it was
I think created with AI, right?
Yes, and every artist in Wichita lost their shit that they picked this one. So that was the winner of the Riverfest Button 2024. You can see right in the middle of his eyes. So it's got the Wichita skyline. On his cowboy hat, he's got the Wichita flag. And then in his glasses, he's got the Keeper of the Plains. It's a little statue giving homage to the Indians, the Wichita Indians. And people lost their shit because they picked that. I mean, look at this. Go back. Can you search just do like Riverfest buttons just to show what they normally are? But all of these artists in Wichita are collectively losing their shit, except for the guy that's won it. I think he's won it maybe 4 or 5 times prior to this one. So they've selected him before, but it's normally like traditional art, as you can see. I do have, as a matter of fact, every single one of those buttons except the very first Riverfest button. So this is a deal that's been going on since, what's that first top left one? 70, I think 76 or 77 was the first year they had the Riverfest, but 79 or 78 was the very first year they had the, well, look, there's another toad right in the middle. Did you see that?
Where's the toad? I remember this. Remember the wave?
Yeah, I remember the wave where everybody flipped out. That was in 88. Right in the center, it says emit 199.
Oh, there you go.
How weird.
Huh.
So it's a whole huge gathering, get together. You can see the one with the bathtub. They have bathtub races in the river. Oh, my
God. In that dirty river you can't touch.
They stopped it because it was so disgustingly dirty. So they have since then stopped that.
The Riverfest, though, just in general, as we did mention, it's like it's a week long. It's a whole ass week, and we gather around that dirty river we just spoke of, and just hang out. There's music, vendors, events, stuff for kids, stuff for families.
It's basically a fair.
Yeah, and we have one here. We have our state fair's here, and it's right down the street, and we never go, and it lasts a fucking month.
Really?
Yes. The fair here lasts a whole... No, there's nothing to do. It's like in the middle of the city. I live... You know how close to downtown I live? The fair is closer to downtown than I am.
Oh, so it's right in between. Yeah, I mean,
It's just an old shit part of town, and there's a giant. There's a couple giant buildings, like similar to the things you would have seen at like the Kansas State Fair, the big buildings that they just set up shit in, and then it's all outside, big open area for concert, rides, the whole works, and it's not a month's worth of content at all.
That's crazy. We normally go to the state fair here in September, so I just like to go check out the carnies. The carnies are some of my favorite people. They're good. They're real good. The carnies are fantastic. So let's see what else is going. Oh, you went to
I made it back.
You went to Talking Stick, but prior to Talking Stick, you went to the Tiger Woods putt golf. I want to hear about that.
Well, I didn't know much about it because our plan was a little unclear. So I thought we were going to some other shittier place that was like in the dark with neon lights. And there's like 9 little mini golf places over in that area. It's crazy. So we went, and I didn't know it was Tiger Woods' place. So we're standing in the little lobby entry area, and Danny Hyphen goes something about Tiger Woods. And I didn't see the giant picture of Tiger Woods on the wall. I saw this little advertisement on a stand next to him that had an Asian man on it. And I leaned over and I went, Danny Hyphen, that's not Tiger Woods. That's just a nice Asian man.
Danny, that's not Tiger Woods.
And he's like, what? No, you fucking idiot. And then he points, and I'm like, oh, this is Tiger Woods' place. Okay.
I texted my sister about it. She says there's 2 of them. So you went to the one across the street from Talking Stick?
Yeah, it's across the street from Top Golf, basically, right over
she
by
said
the
there was
Comfort.
One up by the football stadium in Glendale.
Yes.
Also.
Yeah, there is another one over there. But man, we walked in there, and it's a pretty cool experience. It's definitely made for families. So you walk right into this opening area, and you can order some drinks right out the gate. But you get your golf all set up, grab your club and your ball, and then you walk out, and you can either head right into the seating for the bar and the food and everything, or go right over, and you head out into this massive, just open area. And it's 2 courses, which was really cool. We played the harder course, which kind of ran you all through the middle of the thing, and then the easy course, I guess, goes around the outside. But
it's called Pop Stroke. What type of fees do you got to play to?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us. 5 of us, 6 of us. Me.
It's real important.
5 of us. 5 of us was about $200.
Oh, okay.
And that was unlimited. Day. However long we wanted to play. We just played. 18 holes, but we could have went and done the other course, done anything. But yeah, if you want to play golf for 5 of us, it was about $200.
So what's that, like 40? That's kind of expensive. $40 a person.
And I didn't see anything that mentioned that like it was like cheaper during the day, but it might have been. But we went on a Friday night. So yeah, I mean it's Scottsdale, man. Of course it's expensive.
But it looked badass.
Yeah, it was clean and like.
Was it hard?
No, there was some kind of shitty points, but there was some really cool trick shots you could do by like bumping it through the fake sand bunker to get hole-in-ones. Like I did a hole-in-one on that. I did a little pop. I did a hole-in-2. I don't know what that's called. You're gonna laugh at me because I know nothing about golf friend. Hole-in-2.
Hole-in-2. What a dumbass!
I feel like that has a name.
Well, it depends. Depends on what the par is. Juicy's Jungle. What up, Kara Big Fish? How are you?
But I landed right in the side of this thing, and I did this little chip, and it went up probably about 5 feet, nothing but net. I was like, whoa!
There's no nets in golf, Russ Factor. You mean right in the cup? That's cool. Yeah, I'm going to have to try that out when I'm down there. It looks badass.
Yeah, I'd go again. If you want to go over there, I'd definitely do that one.
I saw that. I'm going to be down there in February for the Waste Management / Post Malone show. So that'll be cool. February. So we'll have to do that when I'm down there. If I don't get down there, I'm trying to talk my wife into going down to Phoenix day after Christmas, but I don't know.
I'll be here.
I just want to get out of Wichita for Christmas. I just don't. I don't know. I think my time for the holidays in Wichita is over. I mean, my sister's not coming. She's like, nah, we're good. We're staying here. We're good. And my older brother's coming. My little brother lives here, but I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully we can make her down. Maybe.
Come on out. Come on out.
Come on out. Come on down.
Come on down.
I think that I don't know. Hopefully we can get down there.
Yeah.
And before February. Yeah, so tell us about Talking Stick. How'd you do?
Oh, well, Talking Stick was kind of different because I hadn't been there in a while, and they'd done a little bit of remodeling on the floor. And I hadn't went enough that I actually got turned around because of it. You remember when we went there and we spent a lot of time over on one end by the High Limit Room, the Dragon Links, and that bar?
So, like when we were having LMSs, it was over by that.
And we spent a lot of no. It's on the other side. We met them on the other side, and there was like another big round bar with some seating in it, and another player's rewards desk on the side that we originally went and met them on.
Okay,
that's gone, and that's what confused me because we came in that side. And I walked like half a loop around going, where the fuck am I? How come I can't find the players? There's only one right now. So they put up a wall.
Kind of in the center of the...
No, this is on the far end. This is on the polar opposite end of the High Limit Room. Because the High Limit Room's on the other end.
Yeah.
So they put up a giant wall around there and got rid of that bar. So there's definitely more space that they were able to spread out some machines that weren't getting to that new area in areas that didn't exist before. But you go around, and it's this giant self-contained room now, only one entrance, and there's 300 new slot machines inside of there right now. So
what'd they do at the High Limit Room, that whole area?
It's still all the same on the other side.
And you said that bar's gone? That where we were
that little bar, not the bar that we kept getting the drinks at, but this was the bar that was by that player's thing. I don't even think we ever hit this bar. We just met LMS and everybody over there.
Oh yeah.
And that's all gone. So
Did you eat dinner with us? Do you remember?
Downstairs?
Yeah. Did you meet us?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We all ate downstairs. I ate there this last Friday, too. At that same cafe, the Blue Cafe. Yeah.
Is there like a nice steakhouse there, or a nice... Not that place wasn't nice. It just seemed like it was a little bit more casual than...
I'm not really sure on what's going on with the dining. I don't feel like that place has ever been good with the dining, because the thing outside there, there's another restaurant. It has the same name, the Blue Coyote Grill.
Oh, okay.
And then I think there's one other restaurant, but I don't think they've really got, I think all the dining is just around the area there. But yeah, that's the one thing is looking at Talking Stick eating. It's like your choices are pretty limited, oddly enough.
Got it. I think I was, I'm not exactly sure where. I was reading that they were kind of redoing their swimming pool, that whole situation. So is that part of the remodel that you're talking about?
Yeah. So the lady showed me everything that was going on because to her benefit, they had a TV at the rewards desk that was just showing the slideshow, the thing, PowerPoint over. So she showed me, it had all the concepts for the brand new pool area, which is going to be crazy because people do like the pool there because it's just huge, but it's just this giant slab of concrete. And then a giant pool inside of that's nowhere near the size of all the areas you can sit outside the pool. So
it's got to be hotter than shit in third week of July.
So the new areas that I saw, it looked kind of crazy in that they were going to use a lot of the space more functionally to have some sort of cool multiple pool situation, different, more comfortable seating with shade covers, the whole works. So. And all this that I'm talking about now is supposed to be done in the next year. So by the end of 2024, it's already supposed to be done. So the resort area with the outside stuff's getting remodeled. They're also building a big old sports bar in there, big old huge sports bar. Only saw one little shot of that. Tons of seating with the angle that they had the concept shot of, and just tons of TVs. So they were pretty happy about that. And then a giant room, just this giant room full of tables, and it looked like it was gonna be for like tournaments and VIP stuff. Like, it looked absolutely crazy. There was probably 70 tables in there.
And when is this all supposed to be done?
Over the next year. The casino part inside happened already, and that's where all the new slots came from. I don't know the point of the self-contained room to the side with the new slots, but it's cool. And I was like, okay, that's what you're going with. It does make it feel kind of empty over there because I knew what used to be there.
Right.
Because it just kind of ends and it makes the floor look smaller because of the room inside. But yeah, this is all supposed to be done. She didn't know the exact dates, but I said, this says 2024. And she goes, yeah, it's all supposed to be done by the end of the year. So, you know, they're working on different parts. So she said the sports bar will open sooner than later, I think, is what she said. And then the other stuff. The pool thing's probably going to take a while.
I think the cool thing about that place is, excuse me, that they needed more. It's weird because it looks like it's huge, but it's not. Like, the casino gaming area is not that big.
It's not. You don't get lost in there.
Is that, yeah, I don't think it is that enormous. I think that there's I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. I think that it's a cool place. I really like it. But like during that Waste Management, during that golf tournament, you cannot find, or could not. I've gone multiple times there, and you could not find a slot machine to play. And we were just like, I guess we'll just bounce.
Yeah, because it just fills up so quick. Like when they get, and they're so not busy at the most weirdest times that you would think it'd be packed, and then all of a sudden it is just packed. And when it's packed in there, that's when it really shows how actually kind of small that place is compared to, you know, some other places we've all been. But yeah, no, it's not really getting bigger in that standpoint either. That's the thing. And they're just wanting to drive. I mean, they're you know what they want more people in there. They don't want me coming in there on a Friday night going, wow, it's kind of dead.
Right. Man, our casino last night, it was crazy how dead that place was.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, Bubba and I were basically the only people in there. It was odd.
Wow.
Of how dead that was. It was weird. It was really weird.
Well, I did a little gambling while I was in there. We started just playing. I forget what we played to start with. Oh, we played some Planet Moolah. That was me off to a good start. I just walking away with less than I started with. And
that's crazy.
and
you didn't win anything?
Not on Planet Moolah. But then we headed into that new room just to see what was going on, and kind of teetered around in there a little bit. And we played this different variants of the dancing drums. And Ed, our third that's on the show, my Friday show, he just started hitting drum after drum after drum after drum after drum. Dude was up like fucking $600 at one point.
Holy shit!
Off of drums, and then his luck started to teeter on that. Then I forget what it was called. You probably know what it is when I describe it here in a second. But I found this fun game that I was doing pretty good at. And the whole point is you spend every 10th spin is the payoff. So like I'm increasing reels, and then the tens. Yeah. I did that for a while, and it was treating me pretty nice. I was up and down, and then I went back to those drums, and I lost bad. I lost bad. I was down to probably half of what I walked in with.
Drums.
I told the boys, I said, I'll be back. I got to go take a piss. And I walked right over to my cash machine.
And there you go. And then what'd you hit?
I was back at even. And I kept teetering around there. And then I was like, all right, I think I'm going to call it. But then Ed's like, one more drink. And I'm like, all right, I'll throw some more money in the machine. I said, but let's head to the high limit room.
Ooh,
so I sat down at Top Doll Hair.
All right.
And
I know, and then pinball's just right next to it.
yeah, I sunk the first 100 in there and didn't do much. Popped the second 100 in there, and then literally 2 spins later hit the 280 on my fourth and final offer. Hit the double X.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then you left, right?
No.
And then
I went right around the other side because they moved them. They're not against where they were. They moved them to the back corner of high limit, front corner, and then I went around the pinball.
And then
and hit the top, middle, top.
Okay.
Telling the boys about that. I was like, watch, this is how it's going to happen. If it happens, this is the only way it's going to happen.
That's good.
And we hit the first 3 balls all landed down in the bonus pit.
Oh, no shit.
And they were little guys, but that meant you have to keep going. I walked away from that with 425. On probably
Dang, Russ Factor.
4 spins. 4 spins, got it.
That is crazy.
And then I left.
Way to go, bud. Way to go.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, yeah, I was texting you. I was like, it was crazy. I paid because I paid for everybody it was our little outing for my Friday show. And I paid for that golf. I was like, the golf was free. The dinner was free. Like,
damn. Everything's on Moneybags Russ Factor up there.
Danny Hyphen's the only one who lost money that night.
I ran into your dad maybe last stream or the stream before on a Tuesday or no, Saturday night. I saw him.
Yeah.
It was good to see him. I hadn't seen him in a minute. Daddy Factor, the Ross Factor. And he said he wasn't having much luck that night, but I think he told me he was going to get ready to turn it around.
Yeah. I got him something nice for Christmas, but I can't tell you on the air because he watches the show.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what I like to hear.
I'll send you what I sent him. You might think it's pretty cool too. So
good. Yeah, we're en route to Vegas tomorrow. We'll be there late tomorrow night through Sunday.
Connecting in Denver.
What?
Connecting in Denver?
No. I'm flying with my wife, and she only goes connect or no stops, no sleep till Vegas.
That's how it works. Love it.
We're gonna try to go live as much as we can. I don't know we don't really have a plan other than Friday night. We are going to be at the U2 show. Other than that, I don't have a plan. Just check our Discord link in the bio to check out that and get notices. I'm sure some of them will be late because the 2-hour time frame from Central Time really kind of puts you in a hole. And, so that's 3 hours from East Coast time. So those of you that watch on the East Coast, that really kind of puts it really late. So apologies in advance, and watch the replays if you get a chance, and check out that Discord.
I'm pretty sure you'll have a daytime stream too. So,
that normally happens that way.
Yeah.
We normally, I don't know if I just turn the camera on and go. So, we had another person had a death in the family, so they canceled. And then we've got a couple other folks going with us, so it'll be a good time. A good cast of characters are in tow. I wish, obviously, Bubba's Picks 316 and you were going. Russ Factor would be fun as it was last time. Next time, we're gonna have to plan. I'm gonna maybe try to get out there in February. I'm gonna try. I know I'm gonna be out there in March for the last U2 show with the Slot Masters accountant and Brad. March, yeah, 3rd I think is Saturday.
Shit, they're going there. I thought my show was the last 3.
They added a whole nother month.
Nice.
Making so much money, added a whole nother month.
Nice.
So I don't know if I'll make it out there in February, but I'm going to be out there in March for sure. So because I think I'm going to be in Scottsdale. No, we decided that's not the same time, right?
Yeah. You're like in the week before I leave.
Yeah. It'll be tough for me to go back to back because that starts the busy time of my job too. So make sure to check out the first official sponsor of the Two Guys One Slot Odds Jam. They are right here. Go to oddsjam.com for all of your betting needs. Use code SLOTMASTER at checkout to get 35% off. That's kind of cool having a real sponsor that I didn't have to sell my nuggies for, I guess. It's cool. I've just been checking this because you can get the super duper expensive part. Like there's like multiple tiers that you can get, but I've been watching the live in play bets. So you can get this where it tells you what to do live in play. Like right now it says go to FanDuel, play $20 on this. It's got a 25% chance. You know, that's what they have it all broken down. It's crazy. What they can do. It's oddsjam.com. For those of you that sports gamble, it is a fantastic tool to use. I'm going to be using it a lot. I should probably, keep some stats of using it and the expected value bets that I do. And you can do arbitrage bets that I'm going to try to figure out with Roulette Master. But anyway, code Slotmaster checkout. Anything else, Russ? Did you come with a fun fact like I asked you last week?
Jeez. It's been a rough week.
Rust factor. I do have one final thing before we leave. You sent a text message to my wife. It was, I think it might have been Saturday. And it was just an enormous bottle. And so I texted Russ. I needed to know Russ's level, and Russ texted me back just a picture of him basically cross-eyed. And then the next picture was a picture of a blizzard from Dairy Queen, and he said, "You be the judge."
It was a good blizzard. I added stuff to it too. You know, I like, you know, his DoorDash, and I was just like, check. But I only got the small.
I was really laughing when I saw that. That made my day.
That was a night.
That made my day. I think that again, we'll be broadcasting live. I'm not sure when. Check Discord. Discord link is in the bio. Excuse me. That will be back next Wednesday for another. And since Russ,
your Vegas trip.
Recap. Yeah. And then hopefully Bubba's Picks 316 told me that he's going to go live Friday or Saturday, one of the two. So be checking that Discord as well.
Oh, here you go. Here's that picture, by the way, for everybody that I sent him.
And then the next was just you be the judge.
And then here's that.
That's good. All right, folks, we'll see you next week, a Wednesday. Be sure to follow Bubba's Picks 316, follow Russ Factor Show, follow Slot Master on all of our platforms. And next time I see you, I'll be in Vegas. Goodbye.